whatever your perceived flaw is, then you will actually be very aware of where everybody falls on that scale. Instead of it being smooth talking, like I'm going to assume that person has a perceived flaw around not being smooth talking and sociable. That's really what they're focused on. That's where their anxiety plays out. That person will probably be very aware of where everyone falls, from the most smooth talking to the least smooth talking, most clunky. They'll be very aware of it. Whether or not anybody else is aware of it is a totally different story. If instead of smooth talking, the concern was about ears, my ears are too big, then you're going to be very jealous of people that have what you perceive to be really good ears. And you will have this, and I've seen this from just time and time again with people, they will be able to tell you exactly how big everyone's ears are. Like because it's relevant to us, we are so aware of it. And when we imagine what other people think or experience, we just start with where we are and just, put it into the other person's head. So we go around thinking that everyone's aware of how big our ears are and looking at how great everybody else's ears are. It makes sense to wish that you don't have this area that you see as your flaw. And it makes sense to be jealous of people who do not appear to have that. But for all you know, that person who's so smooth talking is jealous of someone else's trait because they see that as their deficiency. They have something else they see as their flaw. I've talked to enough people, I've treated enough people who are really attractive, or really wealthy, or really smart, all these different things, who they're just focused on a different problem. It's just how we're made. Like everybody who has anxiety hears about someone else's anxiety content, and they're like, oh, I wish I had that. That one would be so easy. Because we just don't know how everyone's suffering. We only feel our own suffering. The treatment perspective we'll always have is the problem is not the flaw. The problem is our response to the flaw. The problem is going into defensive mode, putting up the protections, cutting off connections, avoiding. That's the problem. The flaw is fine. In fact, any perceived flaw you have that you think, whatever, is killing it for you, there is somebody else who I probably know who has that flaw who is doing great.